Relax and get loose while I put you up on game. The Figure Booth with Josh and Nate. This that podcast folk. Those in the know. Batman vs. Iron Man. How would it go? We talking one of a kind. Collectibles. Mezco toys are respectable. It's unacceptable if it's not in the packaging. Nate don't take pics if you ain't rapping it. Nate's dirty tricks are always happening. But damn it, man, don't you be stressing. Round here we believe in plastic confessions. We trying to figure out the figures that's gonna stand the test of time. That G.I. Joe handmade hit me in the spine. There's perfection in the way that these toys are made. But I also wanna know, do I pick Wade or Slade? So this is where I come to kick it with the guys. The Figure Booth. Like, comment, and subscribe.
Welcome back, Toy Fam. You have made it to another Figure Booth episode. Here on this channel, we talk about the ups and downs of being a modern day collector. We go over pre-orders. We share our weekly hauls, better known yet as Plastic Confessions. I'm your host, Josh, aka Prime to the First. I'm joined by my friend Nate.
Hey guys, this is Nate, aka FigureFan_Nate, and you've reached episode 61, which we're calling Changing Lanes.
Oh, make sure you put your turn signal on. Am I looking in the mirror? Looking over here?
Right?
Oh,
left?
Is it? We do the hand signals.
And the hand signal plus the turn signal. I'm changing lanes. Hey, at least we're using signals, right? Because some people don't even use signals. They're just like, whoosh, I'm right over.
The worst. They're just changing lanes without looking back. And I think once you get to a certain age, right, you just stop looking, like, whatever.
Yeah.
I'm backing out.
Whatever. If you're there, just you better move.
Out. I'm
going to hit you. Yeah.
But we're not talking about driving lessons today. This ain't driving 101, is it?
No, this is not driving 101. I think like most things in life, the only constant is change. Yeah. And we're seeing that a lot, I think, within the toy community.
Yeah.
People that are maybe changing their style or changing the way they want to receive content. Yeah. But specifically talking about people changing from one platform to another. Yeah, we're going to focus on Vero, but not just specifically Vero, like just really kind of talking about like really what is Vero, why are people switching to it, like what's the frustration? I've seen a lot of people this week switching in the toy community from Instagram to Vero. I'm not saying switching like they're never going to be back on Instagram,
right? Just adding it.
Yeah, just adding it to the book of social media apps that we use. Like if you thought about it, Prime, how many social media apps do you think you really use on a weekly basis?
Oh, probably 2 at the max.
2.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe
I'm thinking you might use a bit more than you.
No, I know. And I think I have like close to 8 or 9, but the 2 primarily that I'm usually jumping in. But then, yeah, you're right. Like I'll use 2 mainly, but then the other 2 I'm starting to like use more and more. And sometimes it feels better being in the other platforms where it feels like everything's fresh and new, and you're like, all right, this experience is a little bit better. I'm gonna start using it, because there is some days where I'll be in one app more versus like usually IG. Like lately, I haven't been on IG as much as I used to be.
Yeah, and I think people use more social media apps than they might think, and they switch between them fairly frequently. At least I do.
Right? No,
there's about 8 or 9 social media apps I can think of that are on my phone that I visit at least once throughout the week. And that's Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Snapchat, TikTok, YouTube, WhatsApp, Pinterest. I've never really used.
I think you've named them all mine. Yeah,
LinkedIn,
like once a month. Yeah, LinkedIn.
There's so many out there that you don't really think about. Like I think a lot of people think Instagram is the only one that I use, but we all go on YouTube almost weekly. Hopefully you're coming to YouTube to watch this.
Yeah.
Twitter is another big one that I don't use as much, but I know a lot of people do. Facebook's huge. I'm just saying social media platforms come and go faster than most of us can even keep up. There's been some that have happened in the past that I don't even remember anymore. And there's some that have started like TikTok that I didn't think was going to be a thing and ended up being huge, So I think for every success like Snapchat, there's others that do fail.
Yeah.
But I think it all starts with someone trying to create a fun or innovative idea, something that might be a game changer or something that's like revolutionary to the community. So I think for Vero, and for anybody that's not familiar with what Vero really is, Vero actually started back in 2015. It's been around for a really long time. So about 7 years.
Wow.
And I remember back in 2018, the toy community was kind of frustrated with Instagram. I think there was like a huge data breach. There were some changes starting to be made to the algorithm. People were like, you know what? I'm getting tired of Instagram. There's got to be something else out there. And a lot of people started flocking to Vero. So when it started coming back up again, I'm like, I remember Vero. Like, I remember being on the app. And I had an account from back in 2018.
Okay.
But I just don't think it gained a lot of steam. I think back at the time, from what I can remember, the app was pretty small. It was having some server issues with traffic. I think it just couldn't handle the size of the audience that it had.
Yeah.
So people were like, well, do I want to stay on Vero? Do I want to not? And eventually it kind of fell by the wayside again.
Okay.
That might happen again. Who knows? You know,
Right.
Vero might be one of these things that doesn't catch on permanently. And I think it's really up to the community to make that decision. Like, do you want to stay on Vero? Do you want, you want to stay away from Vero? What are you really looking for when you're using social media? What is it that you're really trying to get at?
Yeah.
And I think that's where Vero kind of came from. It tried to be something. It's an evolution in my eyes of what social media really could be. Because I feel like Instagram was on a really good track for a long time. And then you started seeing stuff like ads coming into play. Yeah, the algorithm started changing how I receive my content. You got the stories that are coming out, and I get stories from people I'm not even following. And then Reels started taking over. And that's what we've talked about many, many times here before, that Reels have taken over.
Yeah.
So I think people are kind of looking for something else. And I know there's probably a big piece of our audience that has no idea what Vero is or hasn't used it yet. So this is kind of what this is for. Is it's supposed to be educational. Why use the app?
Right.
Hopefully this helps you out.
And I think you're right with the Instagram. It just seems, obviously it's more popular. Everyone goes to it, but I think it's so congested right now. Either they're trying to sort out the algorithm. We went through this phase where probably the toy community, obviously, we saw that everybody wanted to go back to its old ways. And they came out and said, like, no, we're not. We're going to keep on pushing reels and videos and stuff like that. Like, they're trying to compete with TikTok or just change or adapt to the newer ways of how the audience likes to receive their content, right? So I think that's the tricky part, where Instagram is making these changes, trying to adapt how the users or the majority of the users prefer their content. And it sucks because there are certain communities like ours where my feed is all messed up. Like, sometimes I won't see posts from certain people that I used to see. I don't see them for days, and then I have to kind of scroll back and personally go to their page or hit save. I have to jump through so many hoops to keep in touch or up to date with those of my favorite friends or pages that I like. And it's crazy because then sometimes I'll see the pictures and I'm like, oh, this guy posted it like 4 days ago. Why am I just seeing it now? Or I'm seeing reels that I've already seen. And it's just, to me, it feels like sometimes it's really congested where I can't even enjoy my experience. So I'm like, I'll go through a couple stories and whatever is like fresh on my feed. And then the thing that's crazy is I'll see that, oh, this was posted like 5 days ago. And then that kills it for me. I'm like, whatever. Like,
Frustrating.
I'll have to go to individual pages to see like, okay, what's the latest pick? And to me, I'm like, now I'm doing too much. So then that's kind of the reason why I haven't been on IG lately. It's been a bad experience lately.
Yeah, man, I resonate with a lot of what you're saying. And it's really frustrating when I follow so many people that create content that I enjoy.
Yeah.
But a lot of the times, like you said, it's hard to find them. Or, even friends that I consistently like and comment on photos, I have to dig around to try to figure out where their content is. I might see 2 ads before I see Prime's post that he posted just this morning. It's like, it shouldn't be like that. And I'm
like, why is he liking my pic 4 days later?
Yeah, exactly. I feel kind of like an asshole. I'm trying to reciprocate, and like, people like my stuff, I want to come back and like their stuff, share it, comment. But if I don't see it for 3 days, it's kind of, it feels shitty to me as a friend of another friend on that social media app that I can't do that. But yeah, I mean, Instagram has that algorithm, and that's a key point I want to focus on, is the algorithm kind of forces us to focus on certain things that we might not really care about.
Right.
But it's trying to get us to use the app in a specific way. Use Reels, look at these ads that are here. You go to your explore page, here's some more ads, you know, that
Mhm.
kind of thing. And it's gone and it's crept into the home page. And I think that's where a lot of the frustration of people looking for a different app comes from.
Yeah.
You know, more social, less media, I think is where Vero
Yeah.
kind of labels itself. I want more
Oh, nice.
social,
Uh-huh.
you know, less media. I want to be able to find my friends, not so much find products and
Mhm.
ads and things like that. I want to find my friend. And Vero's focus is providing a natural and ad-free experience. There are no ads on Vero whatsoever. No ads.
Wow.
There's also no algorithm. No algorithm whatsoever. It is all chronological. So it's in that aspect, I think it's simple,
Yeah.
more simple and more focused on what it is that I really want. And I feel like I have more control
Uh-huh.
of what I want to see with Vero because I
Oh,
can,
okay.
you know, I can follow certain people. It's all chronological. I know that if I just scroll back enough, I can find everybody's page post from the day.
Yeah.
You can change, you know, there's a certain friend system on Vero. So if you have so I could follow Prime, but then I can also connect with Prime and make him, there's 3 categories: an acquaintance, a friend, or a close friend.
Mm-hmm.
And that's important because when I post, there's like a selector, like a slider where I can choose, okay, this only goes to close friends,
Okay.
or this goes to close friends and friends, and then
Okay.
close friends, friends, and acquaintances, or
Okay.
everyone.
Okay.
So I can make specific content. Like if I'm just sharing, like, hey, playing Halo today, having a
Yeah.
great time, I can just
That's
share
cool.
that with my close friends.
Yeah.
And you guys can see it that way. But just kind of like having that no algorithm thing is what's huge for me. Just being able to kind of ignore that part of it.
Yeah.
And go back to the chronological order. And I know Instagram's offered that in different ways, but it's just never really been what it was before.
Right.
You know what I mean?
That's really cool.
Yeah, so I'm having a great time with it. I mean, if you guys haven't checked it out, I really recommend it. But you know, like I just feel like is this the end of Instagram? Do you think this is the end of Instagram Prime? Like, are we talking about the death of Instagram here?
I doubt it. I don't see it as an end because I think with any social media app or even the whole concept of social media, it's to increase your market, right? It's really to increase your market, increase your exposure. How do you get yourself out there even more? And I think if social media with all the different apps and the different platforms from YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram, it's kind of taught us, if anything, one lesson is to not put your eggs all in one basket and kind of spread them out. You know, there's to me, it still amazes me how many that the audience is. I mean, the amount of people. You know, some people get their source just from Reddit. Others stick to Twitter. It's like you really have to think about, okay, who's out there and what are they using. Um,
Mm-hmm.
And if it's trending apps like this one right now, and I've been seeing a bunch of it, and I remember, and again, I remember that through the toy community, we go through these phases where a new app is introduced and everyone jumps on it. There was another one that I remember prior to, or maybe it might have been right after Vero, and I can't remember the name if it was like Pixar or something, but it was
Yeah.
more like artsy, and everyone was jumping on there, and
Mm-hmm.
then everyone came back.
Mm-hmm.
With this one, I don't have a Vero account, so I'm definitely interested in checking it out and setting it up myself because I have seen a lot of artists that I follow jumping on there. Because I remember when you did your post, you're like, "Hey," I was like, "Nope, not following you anymore." And you know,
You're
that's some
not
of us
good.
were like, I'm gonna hold off, not jump in the pool yet. I'm gonna see if who drowns. Is there a shark in there? You know, but then you get to see how like more and more people are jumping on there, and I'm like, okay, that might be fun. Like, let's just check it out. And you never know, like what the outcome or I think the skill that will challenge personally for me looking at that, I'm like, cool, that'd be a really good way for me to just focus on taking some toy photography or some just product photography for myself and not just I'm looking for something else. So this way it's not just focused on Prime Arcade stuff and maybe like a different side of Prime, you know? And that's kind of what my intent was with the TikTok to try to give people behind the scenes. And I just again, I think it's a thing of balancing. I haven't had the time to figure out my approach to TikTok and how can I show people behind the scenes of Prime. And then others are really interested in some of the personal stuff. Like I really love having different types of shirts and hats and just doing fun stuff when I go on vacation. And
Mm-hmm.
I get a lot of replies on my stories when I'm on vacation, they're like, man, that's some bomb food, or oh, those are cool drinks. I'm like, oh, so there is a small bunch of you folks that follow me that are really interested in just the everyday to day stuff that obviously we all can relate to. So I think having an additional app like Vero, maybe that's something that, you know, I can take that and be like, okay, I can share some of the just some stuff that's outside of the traditional hobby. I think a new app it's great.
Yeah, you brought up some good points, and you know, kind of going back to that original question, I agree. I don't think it's the death of Instagram.
Yeah,
You know, I think
yeah.
when you start seeing people post about new apps, people are like, well, I'm not giving up Instagram for that. Like, you don't
Right.
have to, you know.
Right.
That's why I tried to make the point earlier. Like, how many different social media apps do we all use? And you probably
Yeah.
use more than you think you do.
Yeah.
This is just, yeah, this is just adding. Well, it's because, you know, when I started thinking about it too, I was like, how many do I use? And I listed maybe like 3.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then I started thinking about it. I was like, okay, let me list out every single one that's on my phone. And all of these were on my phone, and they're all considered social media apps.
Yeah.
So it's grown as I think as an industry. And that's why it's so important and so top of mind for so many people every single day about, hey, I'm frustrated with this social media app, or I wish I could do things a little bit differently, because we all use it more, I think, than we maybe expect that we do. If you counted up how many hours you spend in social media, it's probably an alarming amount.
Yeah.
You know, it's probably some less than others, or, you know, if you're really busy, like I know you stay busy, Prime, you might not be on as much as like, say, somebody else in the community that's maybe a little less busy with work and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But the fact is that we all use it a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So it's something that's always like top of mind. But I don't think it's a bad thing to have more, just like we talk about having more tools, and about having more apps that you can spread yourself out on. And, you know, we've talked about growing that circle of influence.
Yeah.
How do you gain more audience? And I think part of that is spreading yourself out and exploring where other people are going.
True.
Because there is a shift in the community. I've seen, like Prime talked about, I've seen a lot of people shifting to Vero, a lot of big accounts that I follow, people that have been around for a long time. I've seen them shift over, and we're all posting and we're having a good time over there. And it's an enjoyable experience. It feels new. It feels fresh. And I think that's what's fun. Will that last? I don't know.
Yeah.
You know, I hope it does, because I've been really enjoying the app, but it's really up to the community on whether or not that stays relevant and that continues to grow. If you don't see more people continue to come over there, like we have seen over the last week or so, it might start to die out.
Yeah.
But I don't think that's the case. I think we're getting a lot more momentum this time than we did back in 2018. And the app itself has improved quite a bit from the last time that I used it.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, I just feel like Instagram's kind of going through an identity crisis. Like, it doesn't know what it wants to be. You know, does it want to be a photo app? Does it want to be a video app? Does it want to be a social media platform? Does it want to be a place like a shopping, you know, like like an Amazon? I don't know. I don't think it knows what it wants to be. And I think a lot of people are starting to notice that and kind of get frustrated with it.
Yeah. It feels at times like I'm on Etsy while I'm on Instagram.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. And so I think I want to ask myself and ask the people that are listening, like, just ask yourself, what's your true focus? Like, what is it you're really trying to get at when you're on social media? Is it just toy community related? Are you just trying to find new products? And, you know, to Prime's point, if you don't normally do photos, maybe try something a little bit different on Vero. You can do product photography. And that's not all it does. You can do photos, you can do videos, music. You can talk about movies and TV, books, places that you've gone. I mean, there's all kinds of different posts, and it categorizes your posts in certain areas. So if you only want to see photos, you can just look at photos in your feed.
That's cool.
Yeah, if you want to look at people that are posting books, like, hey, reading this graphic novel, it's great. Just a way to be more social, because it doesn't have to be a post that I'm trying to get likes on. I just want to create a conversation.
Yeah.
So that's a cool feature of it as well.
You want to go on there and count accessories? Hey, count your 32.
Yeah. This is how I get the 36 heads in my PSCC set.
All right, guys, follow me here. 3 heads times 9.
Yeah,
times
follow
2,
the math.
plus 1.
But yeah, I think, it like we talked about, it started with the founders of Vero having frustration with just how apps worked.
That's really cool.
Yeah, it's cool. It's free app too, so it's not something you have to pay for. They do have a desktop app for it as well, so if you want to see it on your desktop, you can do that.
And can you upload from your desktop?
Actually, I have not tried to upload from my desktop, but I would imagine that you can.
Yeah.
Much like you can with the Instagram app on desktop, you can upload.
That's cool.
One of the coolest things, and one of the things that's always really frustrated me about Instagram is Instagram's compression.
Yeah.
So what I mean by that is, like, let's say I have a high res image that I take in my camera, my DSLR, produces really high quality, nice image. That's why we use DSLRs, right? That's why you use a high quality camera, because you get a crisper image. I post that to Instagram, and then I look at it, and I'm like, wait, that doesn't look like I remember.
Yeah.
It looks more grainy, or it's not as clear, or it just looks smaller. It's kind of compressed.
Yeah.
What happens when you post a photo to Instagram is that it runs through this compression to try to save space on the servers. So your image kind of goes through, let's say it starts big. Yeah. It runs through this compression thing, which turns it smaller. It's like a trash compactor. Trying to smash it and get it as small as possible, so that it can post on the app and you're not using too much memory, too much space. What happens is that the image quality really starts to take a hit. So I think that's one thing that's always kind of frustrated me. I've seen a lot of people in the community talk about it.
Yeah.
That their quality of photos isn't what they remember it being when they created the image, because it goes through that IG compression. Okay. So if you're ever sharing an image that you post on Instagram, don't share the Instagram image, because it's going to be a lower compression. Show what you originally created, like in your Lightroom or whatever, your camera. Vero doesn't do that. So it's more focused on the quality of the image. And I'm going to show some examples, maybe we'll go into it. But I was showing Prime earlier, and the images are more high resolution. So it's how it's truly intended, not compressed down. And I hope that doesn't change. Maybe with size, they might start to do that. I really hope not.
Right.
But man, it's such a cool experience to see images from guys like Iowa Watu, Tom, or Nose Rain, or Jason B. Michael, or Chef Toy RD, or, whoever you guys are. Seeing your images in high res and being able to stare at it in the app like that, it's just so enjoyable for me, because I just love the photography side of it. Yeah. So I'd say that's a huge plus, is the fact that you can see images in their high resolution quality.
That's awesome.
And not compressed down.
Right.
Yeah, and another cool thing about that is not only can you see it in high res, but you can do different aspect ratios in one post. Aspect ratio. Okay. Yeah. So you can do portrait and landscape all in the same post.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's awesome. It doesn't cut it off. Like Instagram will cut things off.
Always in that little box.
Right. If you make a portrait photo, it will cut off the top and the bottom so that it fits. Vero doesn't do that. So you can do long shots, you can do landscapes, you can do
and sometimes the orientation of the shot really adds a different element to the picture.
It does.
So that's really cool. Yeah. Again, we're pumped up. I'm gonna jump on there.
To your point, though, it does, because like a lot of the times in a scene, I'll do like a portrait and then a landscape, because I see different things. But I can post both of that on Vero at the same time, so you guys can see it too. Like, okay, here's my post. Here's a couple of different frames I took of that same post, so you guys can kind of check it out.
That's a huge factor.
Yeah, and then when you're looking at it, you can select on the photo, and it makes it a full image on your phone. So like if I see something from Prime, I can just tap on the image. It makes it the full screen, and I can zoom in as well. So I can really see like little fine details. It's pretty awesome.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, just something, like I said, that's another reason why I really like the app. And I'm not, I don't want this to sound like a sales pitch. I'm not trying to get you guys. I'm not trying to sell you Vero. I'm just really trying to educate people on why it is such a big thing right now. Why there's so many people moving from one app to the other. Like we talked about the frustrations with Instagram, not being able to see images in high quality. Having something else that's offering that is kind of the reason why. We want to focus on the toy photos and what it used to be in Instagram, and what social. I want to be social with these people and not be forced to look at ads and things like that. So I think that's where it comes from, and that's why it's beneficial. But
no, that's awesome. Yeah, because I didn't know much about it, so I was really interested once you brought up the topic. Hey, I'm here absorbing it all, and I'm pumped, and I'm gonna start up I'm gonna jump on the bandwagon or jump in the pool. I don't know what it's. Hopefully, I don't. Yeah, hopefully it's fun. I'm excited. Something new.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's still relatively new. Like just it comes with growing pains and glitches as you get into a new app. It's officially, I think it's still in a beta. So it's not actually in its full-fledged.
Yeah.
I can't remember what you call that. It's still in beta. I think there's about 3 million users so far, and compared to if you might know what's 3 million, but compared to Facebook, which has 2 billion.
Yeah.
So the community on Vero is still really small.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think Instagram has like 800 million people. So
here we go. Get ready, people. Math. 2 billion, 3 million,
Yeah,
800 million. What is that? 1.2 trillion.
Yeah, 1
gazillion.
Trillion, gazillion. Carry the 5 divided by 3. Yeah. I'm doing math again, everyone. So if you're looking for everyone to be there, you're going to be mistaken. But that's part of the reason why I like it, is because it is a smaller community.
Yeah.
There's not all these people there that I might not care to see. Yeah. And it's weird because you'll go to like find new, users, and I can see that Zack Snyder's on it. Selena Gomez. It just has like all these Ben Affleck's on there or something. It's kind of weird when you
went from Zack Snyder to Selena Gomez.
I'm just thinking like if you
the two new people you followed, you're like, I'm gonna follow Zack Snyder and then Selena Gomez.
My dirty little secret.
Yeah, you're like Taylor Swift and Justin Bieber. It's like, well, Nate, what's going on here? You're I mean Ben Affleck, The Rock.
Right. Cool people. Yeah. This is cool. No, I mean, like, it's just random names that I'm saying that I wouldn't expect to be on Vero. I guess what I'm trying to say. Like,
no, that was funny.
I didn't expect Zack Snyder to have a Vero account.
Yeah.
But apparently he does. So I think it's growing is what I'm trying to say. It's becoming more popular. It's becoming more relevant.
Yeah. No, that's cool.
Which is awesome to see. Yeah. So, I mean, I wanted to talk about that. Hopefully that's educational for you guys. I'd love to hear your thoughts. When you guys are hitting the like button on the episode, make sure you leave us a comment below. What do you think about Vero? What do you think about the changes to social media? What things do you want? What things do you not want out of your social media? I think it's good to speak up and expect certain things. And if you don't like the app, then get away from it.
Yeah.
The best way for Instagram to change, I don't think Instagram's ever going to change. It's never going to go back to the way it used to be.
It's going to probably continuously changing.
Right.
Adding new features.
Yeah, it's never going to go back to the way it was. I see a lot of people are like, well, start a petition, get Instagram back to the way it was. It's not going to happen.
That's not happening now.
You could get a million signatures on a petition. They don't give a shit, unfortunately.
Their butts with it.
Yeah, they're there to make money. And for them, I think a lot of the changes they've made is to try to increase their profits, try to increase their revenue.
Yeah.
That's why they have the boosts. People are like, I can make money on Instagram. They're making money off you for doing that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
They're paying you for a certain number of views because they get paid for a certain number of views.
Right.
So it's all like reciprocal. If you're making money from it, it's because they're making more off of you doing that. Don't be afraid to try new things, people. Don't be scared of it. I see people are like, Vero is going to die out. They're being all negative and saying like, here goes the community again, switching to Vero. And that is the case. This has happened in the past.
And I think the good thing with that is like, those big accounts and like yourself, you're not leaving IG. Like you're going over there, having some fun, but still staying on IG. Like just do both. If you really love, again, I think my take on it is like, if you really love the action figure photography aspect of it that much, why not get more content? And it seems like it's very tailored to our needs or to the user's needs, right? So yes, you got an IG. That's your main dish, but get some appetizers in there and let's do Vero and let's see how that does. And right now I'm seeing some of the pictures that people will come back to IG and post on their stories like, hey, check these out on Vero. I mean, those look really great. So I'm like, cool. Why not jump on there and have a little bit more,
Right. Yeah. No, I think it's a good point. Something.
It doesn't have to be one or the other.
Right. It doesn't have to be one or the other. It can be both. Add it to that list I told you guys about. You got 8 apps that you use. Why not add a 9th in there? Yeah. Just something else to give you guys some more variety. And to Prime's point, like when you come over there, it's not like you have to have brand new content. I've been posting all my old photos, but just because I can now see them in the true resolution that I intended.
Yeah.
And I've had people comment like, wow, that looks better than I thought it did. Looking at it on Instagram, now looking at it here, this is great. Like, I'm glad that you're reposting. So a lot of people in the toy community are posting older images. I'm trying to go back into my category and like, okay, let me just pull out some favorites that I really like.
Right.
We throw them on Vero. So maybe at some point I'll offer Vero exclusive shots or something like that, just to try to get more people to follow me over there. You can switch it up and make it your own thing, but it's not going to replace Instagram. I'm not going anywhere from Instagram. I might use it a bit less, but I'm still going to be on the app a lot, and it's don't let it threaten you. It's a good thing to have more variety. More choice is good. If we only had one app, it would probably be the worst app of all time, because they wouldn't give a shit about improving it. They wouldn't care about the features. They wouldn't care about the community feedback, because it'd be like a monopoly on the apps. Thankfully, that's not the case. Social media is one of those things that continues to evolve and change. And I'm just glad to have more options. I hope it lasts. I really do this time. I think we're getting a lot more momentum than we did before, but go check it out, you guys. You make your own opinions. I'm not trying to make the decision for you. You might end up hating Vero. It's a lot more simplified. The whole layout's just a lot cleaner in my eyes. But it's not good. I mean, it's not a bad thing to try something else out. So hopefully that helped you guys out. Hopefully that was informational. Let us know what you guys think about Vero. And maybe something that we'll talk about in the future. And I'm going to try to feature people from not just Instagram, but also from Vero.
Yeah, there you go.
Awesome. Hop over there.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah, cool. Good combo. Thanks for entertaining me, Prime.
Hey.
I was like, Prime, we're going to talk about Vero. And I know Prime hasn't had a lot of exposure, but I'm like, let's just do it. I think it's just really relevant in the community. So I appreciate you entertaining me.
Yeah, no, I love it.
Yeah. Cool. So let's talk about pre-orders.
Pre-orders time. You know what
Pre-order
that means?
time. Cha-ching, baby.
Yeah, get those wallets ready. Taking up all the boxes and then just like, uh-oh.
Yeah. More? No. I don't want more. As you go into fall, you want less figure purchases. But
maybe. Yeah, that's true. Because in pre-order time, you're just like, we're just clicking everywhere, just getting those pre-orders ready.
That's me on my calculator.
What's the site? Oh, that's my coworker. Just type in with the one finger. I'm like, come on, Gary. Just don't use the pointer. Don't do this. You got 10 digits. Use them all. Yeah. What is it? BBTS? 2 B's? 1 T?
BBT.
Yeah. Let's jump into pre-orders. There is so much good stuff coming out.
Yeah, and unfortunately, I feel like this fall is going to be very expensive.
Christmas is around the corner. We're celebrating Halloween in August, so let's do Christmas in September.
Yeah, and we've seen a lot of delays earlier in the year, which means a lot of stuff's starting to fall at this time. Yeah, Mezco just did a bunch of updates on their release dates.
Yeah,
unfortunately,
which is good. They have so much in their pipeline, but everything got pushed back to next year. Fantastic.
A lot of it did.
There. I'm okay with it.
I mean, I think it's funny. We talked about this before, but people get really mad that Mezco delays stuff. Yeah. But then I think secretly they're kind of happy that they didn't get charged for it.
Yeah.
I want my figures.
Yeah, and especially when you have you order 3 or 4 pre-orders and you're like, oh, they're all in the same month? I did not see that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's rough. If you guys aren't familiar with which pre-orders did get delayed, our good friend, the Toy Page, we've had on before, actually did a rundown for us of what was delayed. You can see the updated list here. A lot of stuff got pushed back. Destro, Justice League, Vigilante Pack. I'm not entirely sure what that is.
Remember the Vigilante Pack was the one that comes with the wings. It was for the Batman.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Yes. That's the Vigilante Pack.
Thank you for reminding me. Okay, so that got pushed back. Halloween 2, Fantastic Four, both Aliens. What I'm not seeing on here is the 89 Batman.
Oh, yeah.
It didn't get delayed again.
Oh, Superman got delayed and Green Goblin.
I know Superman got delayed. I'm so pissed about that.
Mr. Freeze, look at that. Mr. Freeze has been delayed. He was supposed to come out with Wonder Woman. Yeah. And some of them I'm okay with, like the newer ones, like the Justice League, the Destro. Those I consider those more of a new
Yeah.
But it's like Mr. Freeze. I'm like, come on,
Superman.
like, yeah, and the Superman.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, even
And you know it's going to
Morbius.
get delayed again. Like this, that's December of this year or February 2023. It's going to be all the way to February 2023, and then it's going
Yes.
to get delayed one more time. Like some of those, like the Green Goblin, for sure. I don't see Green Goblin coming out March or May. I see him coming out maybe December of next year.
Yeah. Yeah, it would be amazing if Mr. Freeze did come out in December just for timing reasons. Like, hey, it'd be great to shoot him in the winter,
Yeah,
not in the spring,
yeah,
because I'd like to do outside shots with Mr. Freeze, but not going to happen.
yeah,
Normally, to Prime's point, they hit the later end of
yeah.
these release
And it's
dates,
usually
not the
yeah. And this is what on some of these it's like the third or fourth delay. So
yeah. It's
again,
rough.
I'm not too upset about it. I should almost expect it. But then I kind of want to see, okay, what's the new time frame? Because some of them do, I have several Mezcos on pre-orders, and if they're all due within the same 3 months, you never know. It's happened before where
Mhm.
I've had 3 Mezcos hit me all at the same time. The good thing is I paid for them, most of them up front. So that's where it's like, I really don't care about the release date because they're already paid for. It's when you do the pre-orders and you don't pay for them fully. That's when it bites you in the ass.
Yeah, I know it is rough though. If you prepaid for a lot of this stuff, you just feel like your money's out there and
Yep,
just
that's my
sitting,
frustration. The
sitting
NRDs
in the
and you just
ether.
do $30, it's $30. But when you pay for the full balance, like
It's true. It's one of
so
those things like,
I hate getting hit with the hey, you pre-ordered this, you didn't pay anything like 2 years ago, but now, like sometimes Ami does that. They hit you up with all these orders.
mhm,
That's what sucks. I mean that hurts, and I think
it's
that's why
true.
we regret complaining so much about Mezco and their delays.
Right. Yeah. I was planning for this to hit me in spring and it hit me
Yeah,
right around Christmas when I'm trying to buy
yeah,
gifts for my kids,
yeah. Sorry, Timmy.
maybe.
You're not
Yeah.
getting that leg this year. I gotta get my Fantastic Four. My Justice Leagues came in.
Yeah. Fantastic Four is about ready to charge. That Switch is now going to turn into one of those cheap Game & Watch things.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, like huge shout out for Paige for doing this because to me and I like how he puts, he posts this on IG and the Facebook group, and he's like, "Hey, I'm just a messenger. Like, don't go after the messenger." So many people like lash out like, "Oh, I can't." I'm like, just take it for what it is. It's information.
Yes.
It's a breather. Time it. If you didn't pay it off, like now okay, I got more time. I can create a glass jar for each of your mezcals. Just put a couple, put $20 there every week or something. I don't know, create a system.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shout out to Paige. Thank you for putting that together. You don't have to do that kind of stuff. I think it's a lot of people have become to expect it, but just remember, like,
you know what? I'm one of those because I was like, "Where's the update from Paige? Damn it!"
Yeah.
And then literally the next day he does it. I'm like, "Thank you, Paige. I needed that."
Yeah,
I'm like sipping my coffee, just almost about to like shoot him a DM and be like, "Hey, you're late. Those TPS reports, they're late. They're late, buddy."
That's true, though. You get to expect certain people updating you with certain information.
He's so
like, come on, Paige,
consistent.
where
That's
we
what I
at?
love about him. He's so freaking consistent.
Him and Fabster are great about that.
Damn.
Just being consistent. So yeah, thank you to you both
Yeah.
for the updates. You really help a lot of us out. Staying on the Mezco train, we did get a new pre-order from Mezco this week. The Golden Age Batman Caped Crusader edition.
Ooh.
So this is basically the same Batman that we got in the Batman Two-Face Golden Age pack, but now in black and gray instead of in blue and gray.
Yeah.
But I didn't see any accessories that were not included in the original. These all seem to be the same. I think really what is cool about this release is that if you missed out on that 2-pack, because that 2-pack did go, I think it was only available for a couple of days. It was an exclusive, and it's kind of gone up a little bit in the aftermarket, which I was one of those people that skipped on it at the time. Luckily, I found somebody that hooked me up. But if you're one of the ones that missed out on that set, I think this is kind of what that's intended for. If you missed out on the 2-pack or if you didn't want Two-Face, here's that same Batman in black and white or black and gray.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on him?
I think it looks good, but I don't need another one.
Yeah.
Sure. I'm happy. I'm perfectly happy with the blue and gray version.
Yeah. This one's a very cool version. In this version, to me, the blue and gray is a much more relevant version.
Yes.
And the color choice, I prefer the blue and gray. I saw this one, and again, I thought, okay, cool. For those that missed out or just are really hardcore Batman fans, even though I am a hardcore Batman fan, I don't need this. I don't picture the black and gray Batman in this type of like representation. This seems like a golden age Batman, and to me, it's like the blue and gray colors
Yeah,
fit
I
him
mean,
perfectly.
you said exactly what I was thinking too.
Yeah.
When I think of Golden Age Batman, I'm thinking of the blue and gray.
Yep.
You know?
Yeah.
I really like the original.
Yeah. It's
this
really
isn't
cool.
a bad one at all for anybody that got it. I think it's still a great Batman figure.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't need to have two versions. I've gotten away from that with Mezco, where I used to have like, oh, let me get all the versions. I'm not doing that.
And they've done such a good job with previous releases on the black and gray or all black or
Yeah.
I don't know. This again, it's a golden age Batman. I don't picture my Batman golden age in like these dark colors. I would picture more of a modern day Batman being in the black and gray or or the Dark Knight version. Like I need a more. This is just it seems too like I don't know, classic cartoony. Like it's a very Dick Tracy type of vibe. So I prefer vibrant colors when it comes to that. And that's just what resonates with me. It's like that era. I want it to be bright, not dark and gray.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. Yeah. So, I mean, if you guys went out for this
is an awesome PO.
Yeah, great pre-order, great opportunity for people to get this Batman if you missed out. It's a great Batman overall. $95 for the pre-order is a great price for what you're getting. You get a lot of really great accessories. I really like how a lot of this feels very classic. So yeah, cool pre-order. I passed on it myself. It sounds like Prime did as well.
I did too. Yeah.
But that's not a bad thing. I don't need to grab every Mezco. So if I get a release that maybe doesn't tempt me, that's perfectly cool with me.
Yeah.
When
does it release?
This one, well, let's see. It says it releases September to October at the end of this year.
Yeah, and that might be true because maybe they have a bunch of extra 2-pack bodies and they just, got the suits ready. I hope it does.
That means it starts shipping like next month, if that's true.
And sometimes, that's the thing. Sometimes with these exclusives, like they already have a plan where, hey, we're gonna order it and then we'll offer it a different, and then boom.
Right. So exactly.
We'll see. Hopefully.
Yeah. We'll see. Knock on wood. I hope it stays.
That's what I was thinking with Conan, and look, we haven't gotten a Conan.
Yeah, I was thinking that exclusive version would have been out by now. Because surprised it's not.
Yeah.
Talk quickly about what NECA's doing. NECA, well, not NECA. I shouldn't say NECA. Target, as well as McFarlane, NECA, Mattel, G.I. Joe, Funko. Target's doing this cool thing called the Fall Geek Out event. I think a lot of it is a lead up to NYCC, New York Comic Con. They did their first drop this Friday. Every single Friday, they're going to do a new drop. So if you guys don't want to miss out on these, make sure you're sticking to the Target website on Friday mornings. You'll see the newest drops. The ones they dropped this week were from McFarlane Toys. Our good friend Toddy Mac pumping out more Batman stuff. You've got this. Let's look at these a little bit more. You've got this.
Sold out. Dang it.
Well, there's two versions of this Batman, and I don't really like this version of Batman. I gotta say, this isn't a classic BTAS Batman for me. This looks a little weird. It looks like a more modern take of BTS Batman.
Yeah.
But I think what the selling point that he's trying to do with this one is that it comes with this diorama, and it lights up. It's got the little thunderbolts. It's got the city scene. It's supposed to be a representation of the BTS opening scene where Batman's standing on the rooftop and his cape's flying, and there's lightning in the background. But for $50,
oh, $50,
I'm not really feeling this one.
I'm gonna wait till it's $24.99.
Yeah, right. I'm gonna wait till it goes on sale. And there's another one which is a signature. So that's the only difference between those two. The signature one's sold out.
Of course.
But it's also an extra $30 for a signature. I don't care about Tiny Mac's signature. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And then the other release.
How dare you, sir?
I know. Gosh, I'm going to get crucified for saying that. One of the other releases, which I actually think is pretty cool, is this DC Comics Retro Batman 66 with Lunchbox. And this is an NYCC exclusive. So you get this really retro style Lunchbox. I really like the Lunchbox a lot.
Yeah, me too.
They come the way that they're packaged. Oops, that's the wrong picture. Let's do this one.
Oh, they come with figures inside.
Yeah, so the way it's packaged is it comes with the figures inside. You get 2 rows of these figures here. I think these are different versions of Batman because I remember the one that they released is blue and gray and not black and gray.
Yeah.
And then Joker. And
I mean, that looks like a dark navy to me.
It kind of does. Yeah,
Yeah.
You're probably right. Then you get these cool, these cool trading cards. It's not.
Yeah, the trading cards are really cool.
Selecting.
Yeah, I think it's little when you click on a different image.
It keeps pushing up the wrong one. But
There
there we go. You get these really cool trading cards, and overall it's about $60. So you get the lunchbox trading cards in 4 figures for $60. So if you haven't been collecting this line, I think it's a good way to kind of jump in and get this cool set. I'm pretty tempted.
Me too.
Yeah,
Points.
I'm pretty tempted.
Let's do it.
Points.
Yeah, I like that one. I like that. Those little lunch pails.
Yeah, and the last release is Alfred. 66 Alfred is Batman. Basically, Batman.
That's why he has the mustache. I thought he had like a milk mustache when I saw the picture. I was like, "What? Batman's drinking milk?" I'm like, "Okay."
Yeah, basically Batman with a milk mustache. That's what this is. Not really a key release for me, but it's cool. I mean, if you like Alfred, if you like Adam West Batman, this is a cool one.
Yeah.
So check for next Friday. They're going to be releasing new stuff every Friday. 5K Toys dropping some heat. We've got this Caillou Toys, which I've never heard of them before. Caillou Toys GC Justice League Joker action figure. So this is a Joker based on the nightmare scene in the Snyderverse of Justice League. If you haven't seen the Snyderverse of Justice League, you probably have never seen this Joker because he only appeared in that movie.
Yeah.
But it does look really cool.
Yeah, that looks really good.
I don't know much about Caillou Toys, and I'm not a huge Heath Ledger Joker fan.
Well, it's not Heath Ledger, it's Jared Leto.
I mean, Jared Leto, God.
Jeez.
Oh.
So you don't like Heath Ledger now. You don't like Jared Leto, which, come on. Come on, Nate.
Starting beef. Oh, boy, I said Heath Ledger. I'm not going to live that one down.
Uh-oh.
Jared Leto.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, Jared Leto.
You're not a huge Jared Leto Joker
fan? Not really a big Jared Leto Joker fan. So there's that out there. There's the Metal Slug.
Oh, man, these ones
yeah, these are cool. These are the Wave 3.
The soft goods look good.
They look really good.
Man, just the sculpt.
I love all the little accessories.
Yeah. It looks really, really good.
It does look great. I love the soft goods. That's the biggest thing that pops out to me.
I just hope they're like that, because
I hope so too.
That's the only thing that would really be a deal breaker is one, if the articulation isn't as smooth, because that looks like it's really good. It really almost gives me a Storm Collectibles type of feel for the plastic quality. And the soft goods, they look on point. So I hope it's that good. And the paint quality, because sometimes I haven't had too much of a bad experience with third parties, and I'm not saying this is a third party, but just either a third party or a brand new company that's introducing action figures, And a lot of times they put their heart and soul into maybe the prototypes, but then once they send it to mass production, that's where sometimes the quality fails. I'm hoping if I jump on this, like they're prime quality. You know what I'm saying?
I hope so too.
Grade USDA grade A.
Right. Images are one thing, but if the final product is good as what the image shows me, I hope so, because these are pretty cool. We'll maybe do one more and then we'll break into other things. D20 made those big wolves that a lot of people have been posting photos of. Now they're making wild boars.
That looks crazy cool.
Looks pretty insane. Really crazy detail. You get this saddle. Yeah. As well. And
have you bought any of those, like the wolf?
No, I didn't buy the wolf.
They're 112, right?
They are 112. They're a little bit expensive, so I think that's what kind of kept me away from them. The first one, I think that wolf was like $160 when it came out.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty expensive. These are $120.
Okay.
So it's it's kind of pricey, but if this is your thing, then I don't think you're going to get anything else that looks as good as this. Yeah, I've seen a lot of people use them with.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
I would say I love that they have a ton of articulation and then they fit with different scales. Like I've seen people use the wolves with Mythic Legions and
Mezco Conan. Yeah.
And these type of like oversized animal like that, it always reminds me of that movie Princess Mononoke.
Yes.
Like, oh, I freaking love that movie.
That
So,
movie's so great. Yeah.
uh-huh.
Watch your anime, kids. If you haven't seen
Yeah,
Princess Mononoke, it's an amazing movie. You need to go check it
yeah,
out. But
yeah.
yeah, I get that vibe as well. It's
And that's the
big
only reason
ass
why I want to jump on these. I'm
animals.
like, oh, I want to have a bunch of boars, and I should
Yeah.
have gotten the wolves.
Yeah. The wolves, I don't know if you're ever going to see those come back, but yeah, these are cool. 5K Toys is doing a lot of stuff.
Yeah, they're killing it
Some
right
of
now.
which we didn't cover, but maybe in our next Monday live stream we'll cover some of those. But yeah, lots of good pre-orders. Get those wallets prepared because it's gonna get worse, people.
Yeah.
Well, moving right into our plastic confessions, it looks like you have
Ooh.
some behind you.
I got a
You get some
ton
new
of
stuff.
plastic confessions. No chips today. So on the live, on this our last previous Monday motivational live, I did share my haul. But for those that missed it, we're gonna go through it real quick. I got a Dr. Fate.
Oh hell yeah, that Dr. Fate is so nice.
Able to find X-Jet black version from Hot Wheels. That's really cool.
Hell yeah.
And then I got the Mesco Wolverine from One Stop Toy Shop. So awesome.
That
And then
Wolverine's
shout out to
beautiful
Mike
figure.
from AZ Toy Hunters Guild. Gave me the heads up on the Walgreens exclusive Jigsaw.
Hell yeah, that's
So
cool.
I got that. And then my Dork Side sale haul came in, which was the West Coast Avengers Vision. $15. Can't beat that.
Great deal.
I got the animated retro card Shocker. Again, $15.
I'm
that's
highly
my
considering
price.
that Shocker.
And then this Warhammer 40K artist proof was $8.
Nice.
Like, come on, you can't.
That's so cool.
And I only got them so I can get the free shipping. And then I got the Beetlejuice, which I don't have up here, but it's from BXS.
BXS. Yeah, I know you're talking about like the AST.
Yeah. They did some TMNT stuff.
Yeah.
They're doing the Avatar, and then they did a Beetlejuice. So I picked up the Beetlejuice. It was for Lady Prime. She was a huge Beetlejuice fan. And then I got the Renew Your Vows Spidey pack, which I just opened up the other day. Man, and like freaking.
This is one of those sets that's really tempting to me.
The toe articulation I freaking love. They did it so clean.
They don't. When's the last time a Legends had toe articulation?
I feel like since Toy Biz days.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
Yeah, and it's smooth. Like you can't even you can't see where they did a really great job on this. I freaking love this Spider-Man and the MJ. I didn't think I was gonna be such a big fan of the MJ, but the more I mess with her, they make a really good duo.
I think one thing that's cool with the MJ is you don't see a lot of female characters in the Spidey suit. I know that we have some.
Yeah, we have some.
But it
came with that extra head sculpt, which is
nice. You got an MJ head sculpt. I didn't realize it came with that.
And then the Peter Parker head sculpt is really clean too.
Yeah, it looks great. Super clean.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, I've seen a lot of people posting that. It seems to be, I don't know, a bit easier to find, at least right now. So if you guys want that Renew Your Vows set, go check your Targets because it seems like it's releasing pretty heavily.
Yeah, I walked in and there was 2 sitting there on the shelf, and I was like, oh. So
nice.
Yeah. Easy.
Sweet.
Right in the middle of the day, too.
It's a mega haul, man.
My Spidey sense was tingling. It was like, stop by the Target, get a Red Bull, and swing by the toy aisle.
That's the thing. You got to be quick, especially with sets like that Renew Your Vows set. Those aren't going to hang around the stores. I think people are going to snatch those up pretty quickly. So, yeah, good hauls, man.
Thank you.
Supporting the Gucci gang.
Gucci gang in the building.
I got some new Revos. I'm going heavy into the Toy Story line. I got Buzz Lightyear, the 1.5 version. So Yamaguchi did Buzz and Woody a while ago, but they're the original releases. These are the 1.5s, which include more faceplates and I think a few other little improvements here. Okay. But yeah, this is Buzz.
That's cool, the little toy soldiers.
Yeah, it comes with the little soldiers and it comes with the little alien.
Yeah.
The little alien dude, you can articulate all of his eyes. All of his eyes move.
That is pretty cool.
He's got articulated arms. I don't think he's got any other articulation other than that. You can move his head up and down. But yeah, on all the faceplates, you can move Buzz's eyes, so you can get different expressions. And then I couldn't get Buzz without getting Woody.
Yeah.
So I got Woody too.
Oh, and that's
And
fun. He comes with another alien.
it comes with the meme-worthy pervy
one
face. Yeah, so that'll be a good one to use in shots. And he also comes with another alien. So you have two aliens. And he comes with a piece for Buzz as well.
Oh, and he comes with the little binoculars?
Yeah, and the little binoculars.
Oh, that is cool.
It's really cool. And he comes with a little microphone as well that he used in the movie.
Oh, you know what would have been cool? You know, Hot Wheels did the little RC from Toy Story.
Oh, yeah. That would have been cool.
Yeah. Maybe I'll let you borrow. I'll let you rent it out.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
I'll take it, man. But yeah, I think Gucci's also going to do Zurg.
Oh, nice.
So they're going to release a Zurg at some point. I'm not sure when, but it is. It's been teased.
Did you get that from Hobby Link? Where'd you get those from?
Yeah, I actually got these from Hobby Search.
Okay.
Because they're Woody's sold out in a lot of places, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So I think an Ami and where I normally get stuff is Hobby Link Japan. He's sold out on both those sites. You might see a restock at some point. I'm not sure, but this is a 1.5, so I don't know if they're going to do another reissue of the 1.5. Yeah. But I think it's still available on Hobby Search, and they're still available on BBTS. So if you guys want them, you're not totally out of luck.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I'm excited to get into those. A little bit different.
Heck yeah.
Nasty Nate's dirty trick for the week.
Let's do it.
New sound effects provided by Prime. I love them. But yeah, Nate's dirty trick for the week. This one's pretty simple, but I had a conversation with Mike, and we're just talking about lighting. One thing I suggested, AZ20 Hunters Guild, sorry, that Mike, is never light a shot directly from the front. And I don't know if I've done this tip before. I might have, but it bears repeating.
Yeah.
So when you have lights, let's say if, this is my subject here, I don't want a light here.
Right.
And I don't want it directly from the front. I want lights on top. I want lights from the sides. That's cool. Lights from the back works great, but never from the front. So if you guys are having trouble lighting your toy photography, try not lighting it from the front like this. What that does is it oversaturates your subject with too much light. So you won't be able to see the colors very well. They're going to look kind of drowned out. They'll also not pop out from your background if they're like that. It makes it blend too much with the background. It just really drowns out the photo.
Yeah.
So try not to light from the front. Try to light from the top, the sides. Will flow. I've been seeing you using the styrofoam bouncing effect. So if you guys want to bounce light around the image, use like cheap styrofoam that you get from shipping. Like if you get something shipped to you that's big, usually it comes with huge pieces of styrofoam. What I normally do is I cut that up into fours. Yeah. Or I cut that up into smaller pieces. And I place styrofoam like all around my shots now because it's a really good way of spreading your light out evenly. Because you don't want to just focus one light like really heavily. You want to spread it out as much as you can in the scene because that's how natural lighting works. Nice. So if you guys are lighting your images, just don't light it from the front. Like a flash on your phone, that always looks bad.
Yeah, for sure.
So
great tip.
Hopefully that helps you guys out. And then as far as our figure aficionado this week, by the way, if you guys are listening and you want us to recognize a person in the community, whether it's a customizer, an influencer, toy photography guy, it can be really anybody in the toy community that you think deserves a bit more attention, let us know. Submit those to us. We really appreciate you guys giving us some feedback on figure aficionados in the community. We've featured quite a few from people in the community that have given us tips. So please continue to do that. But since we talked about Vero this week, I'm going to feature somebody from Vero.
Nice.
So that'll be a new thing. We're talking about @chef_toyrd. Another cool thing about Vero is that you can use there's kind of like two usernames. You have your @name, which is actually brand new to the app. It didn't used to be like that. And then you have like your real name. He's calling himself Chef MJ. I use my real name on mine, but he's been posting some of his older shots. And as I pull these up, it's hard to kind of see the quality sometimes in over streaming, but these images just look amazing on Vero.
Oh yeah.
This one here, just really high quality,
crisp.
super crisp quality. Like the colors really pop. This one's called.
He's got like a halo going on. That's awesome.
Yeah, really cool. You can tell he's probably lighting that from the front, from the top with like a ring light or something to get that rim lighting.
Yeah.
But I've always really enjoyed his work. He's big over on Instagram as well, and you can check his work out there too. But I saw him, and like I said, many others in the toy community jumping on to Vero. I really just got a new appreciation for his work. Just being able to see that in high res like that. So big shout out to you, Chef MJ. Sorry, what are you saying?
I said, no, that's freaking awesome. Like that, it gets me pumped. I'm gonna jump on there and see what I can do.
You can see you can post videos too. So this is like a stop motion video that he did.
That's really cool.
Pretty cool.
Yeah. That's really awesome.
Yeah, stop motion's very difficult. So I always respect people that can do it. It takes a certain level of skill for sure. And then this is a poster recreation that he did of the Us movie poster.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's pretty cool. So yeah, big shout out to you at Chef Toy RD. You can check him out on Vero or on Instagram, but please go give him a follow. You will not be disappointed. He does some amazing work. Keep it up, my friend.
Yeah, great stuff.
Really good stuff. And before we close it out, speaking of toy photographers in the community, if you didn't already, go check out our last episode.
Yep.
Me and Prime had a really great discussion with Jason Yang at Work More or Less, amazing photographer and also an innovator in the community. He's doing some work with NECA. He got to do some box art. He talked a little bit about that and some of the future projects he's got going on. I'm not going to reveal all of it to you because you guys need to go check out that episode. So go check it out. It's on our YouTube. It's the one right before this. And if you're not already, go subscribe to the Figure Booth.
Do it.
We appreciate it. All the subs help us out. So if you're listening consistently and you're not subscribed, please make sure you subscribe. Yeah. Go tell your friends. Go tell your coworkers. Tell your wife to subscribe or your significant other.
Yep. Oh, both. Your wife and your significant other.
Yes. Tell your
get them all in one room and be like, we're all going to subscribe to the Figure Booth.
If you're having an affair, tell them as well.
Tell them. Tell them to tell their husband or wife. Like, just spread the word.
Spread the word. The more subs, the better. Me and Prime are trying to grow this account. Yeah, we just want subs, people.
Yeah.
If you're already subscribed, but you still want to support the podcast, go check out thefigurebooth.com. You can get Figure Booth merch, t-shirts. Yep. Yeah. We've got a lot of stuff on there. So if you haven't gone to the website recently, maybe go check it out. You'll find something that you like. And as always, hit the like button. Leave a comment. Let us know what you guys think about Vero. Is there another app that you're using that I'm not familiar with that maybe we should call some attention to? Are you on there? Are you not? What do you think about it? We'd love to hear your thoughts. Hit that like button. Last but certainly not least, go support our buddy Prime at his website, prime-arcade.com. I think he's listing the budget dios that are remaining on there if you guys didn't get one of those. And obviously he's got some amazing arcades on there. So go check out his website, get some stuff.
Yes. Thank you.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And you guys can always stay in touch with what's going on various platforms, all under Prime to the First on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, and TikTok.
Yeah, you guys can check me out at figurefan_8 on Instagram, Vero, Facebook. I'm not even going to say TikTok anymore because somebody's like, occasionally TikTok. They said that in a comment. I'm like, yeah, I don't ever use it. So TikTok's going by the wayside. It's getting replaced with Vero. So yeah, go check me out there, guys. Sorry, TikTok. Sorry, not sorry. We have Instagram for TikTok, right?
Yeah.
All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Hope you all have a good week. We'll see you next time.
Next time, guys.